News at Noon starts right now.
We begin with breaking news. The former Clear Creek County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed Christian Glass to death in 2022 has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sam Shocker. 9 News' Steve Stager has been covering this case since the body camera video was released. He joins us live from the courthouse now. Steve, how much of that 3-year sentence will he actually spend in prison? I know a lot of people are thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Sam, you know, that sentence comes with probation, mandatory probation at 2 years. He could obviously also get credit for good behavior, and he'll enter the state prison system with about 54 days of time served, credit that he got here in the Clear Creek County Jail while he was awaiting that sentence. Now, for the first time since the shooting in June of 2022, Christian Glass's parents heard from the deputy, who apologized for that shooting. Bound in shackles and in an orange jumpsuit, Andrew Buin said that he thinks about what happened that night every day, the night that he shot and killed Christian Glass after Glass called 911 for help. Buin's family and friends made a plea for leniency. Ultimately, Judge Catherine Shirotis imposed the maximum sentence for criminally negligent homicide, 3 years. She said her sentence wasn't necessarily about rehabilitation, but rather healing for the community and for the Glass family.
From the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry, and I apologize for your loss and for my actions that led to your loss. There's nothing I can do or say that can change the past. There's a million things I should have done better that night. And when I look back at it every day, I wish that I did.
It's really kind of amazing to me how Mr. Buin, who I truly believe is a kind and gentle and loyal person, the shirt off your back kind of guy, as soon as you put a uniform on him and give him a gun, it changes everything. I think this was about power. It wasn't a mistake. It was about, you need to listen to me because I'm in charge.
So 5 of the other officers who were on scene that night are still awaiting trial in this case for misdemeanor failure to intervene. If convicted of that, they could lose their credentials to be police officers in the state of Colorado. Coming up at 9 News at 4 and 5, we're going to hear more from the Glass family, what they had to say in court and outside of court. Plus, we'll hear from some interesting guests inside the courtroom. One of the jurors from the previous trial. Now remember, Andrew Buin had been tried twice on these charges because the first time a jury couldn't reach a unanimous verdict. You're going to hear from Christy Engelkirk, the foreperson from that first jury, coming up at 9 News at 4 and 5. Back to you.
Looking forward to that, Steve. Thank you. Opening statements wrapped this morning and testimony is beginning in the murder trial of a man accused of throwing rocks at moving cars, killing a woman in Jefferson County. Joseph Koenig faces 19 counts, including first-degree murder for the death of 20-year-old Alexa Bartell in April of 2023.
They see her coming, and the defendant speeds up. The defendant rolls down his driver's side window. The defendant reaches across his body, grabs this landscaping rock with his left dominant hand, and throws it outside the driver's side window as she passes like a shot put.
There's no dispute that the cause of Alexa Bartell's death was blunt force trauma to her head, caused by the rock that Ms. Decker just set on the ledge in front of you. However, one fact is very much in dispute. And contrary to the theory that the prosecution will pursue, the evidence will clearly show that Zach Kwok and not Joe Koenig threw the final rock of that night, the rock that killed Alexa Bartell.
The 2 other people who were charged along with Koenig took plea deals and agreed to testify against him. The trial is expected to take 2 weeks, and if Koenig is found guilty of first-degree murder, he'll likely spend the rest of his life in prison with no chance of parole. Switching gears here, just a couple of nights after an 80-degree day, snow was falling around the metro while we were asleep. and a lot of it was coming down. These are some of the shots of it at Golden, Coors Field, and at DIA. Oh my goodness. Joining me now is Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Keely, typical Colorado weather. My mom is always like, wait, what? It was just 80, then you guys just had snow, and then you're supposed to be in 70s tomorrow?
Yeah, and we're going to be back in the 70s this week. And yeah, we have a little bit more snow in the forecast. We'll talk about that in just a second. Low clouds out and about this morning. The snow has ended, but still quite chilly. Here is a live look from Lookout Mountain. You can see the low clouds, but beautiful from our Horsetooth Reservoir sky cam. We've got blue skies. We'll continue to see that the dry air basically moving in from the north. So the sunshine moving north to south throughout the day. 44 degrees, that is our current temperature at DIA. Winds are light. We're looking at temperatures in the 40s and 50s across the plains right now. 40s and 50s up in the mountains. Live radar quiet. We've got a ridge of high pressure building in, and that's going to dominate our forecast, at least for the next couple of days. We do have an active end to the week. We'll talk about that in just a second. Reaching our high right around 59 degrees at 4 o'clock. So the morning snow, it is melting already as we have clearing skies and afternoon sunshine. Dry and mild weather tomorrow through Thursday. And then late in the week, we do have some weather moving in, an active weather pattern with a lot of moisture, precipitation, rain, and even some snow. We'll talk more about that coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you. A Republican politician is hoping to go from Congress to the governor's mansion. Greg Lopez announced today he's once again running for the state's top role. This will be Lopez's third run for governor. He previously ran in 2018 and in 2022, but never made it past the primary. Most recently, he had a brief 6-month stint serving as an interim congressman representing Colorado's 4th congressional district when Republican Ken Buck stepped down. Lopez has supported a nationwide abortion ban. He wants to end mail-in voting and has pitched scrapping the one-person, one-vote system. Instead, he wants to use an electoral college system that would give more voting power to rural areas. Lopez faces an uphill battle. Coloradans have only elected one Republican governor in the last 50 years. Well, in the last hour, firefighters rescued someone after they crashed into a building in Centennial. The crash happened off of South Quebec, just east of Fiddler's Green Amphitheater. South Metro Fire Rescue says they pulled one person from the car and took them to the hospital. Firefighters say everyone in the building was okay. They're checking to see if the building is structurally safe, and they've not said yet what caused the driver to crash.